Okay, so we move from one story to the next one, and this one is a little concerning to say the least, but it's something that Warner Brothers, and we're going to get into Warner Brothers big time here in a few minutes. Um, it's a little concerning. So Kevin's saying Max streaming not worth $20, old television. Well, it depends on number one. It depends on the tier that you have. Okay, I have Max, but I'm only paying $9.99 a month just for the regular tier. I don't mind the ads. So, number two, you have to have those old television shows. Okay, so I'm not going to be doing the article today, but David Zaslav is considering getting rid of TCM. So anybody who knows what TCM is, it's Turner's Classic Movies, and these are movies before, I want to say before 1980, but they're classics, or right around that time. And we need old film. We need the classic films of yesteryear to inspire those people that are going to be making films for the future. So I hope that doesn't happen, but we'll see. And by the way, Zaslav has to cut. He has to burn money. And I'll tell you guys why in a little bit. So he said, I read a story that Pascal's name is being floated around for the new Batman movie. Interesting. What character would he be playing, or Did they say that, Dad? I'd be fascinated to see that. So that is fascinating. So speaking of streaming, so as we all know, Netflix is one of the biggest streamers in the world. Okay, and they are arguably the godfather of streaming. And what they are looking to do now, okay, is actually get some. So wow, he's at really Batman. Interesting. That's fascinating. That's fascinating. I have to look that up. Uh, Zaslav focus to bring money in for Warner Brothers. Yeah, he's gonna have to. He's gonna have to big time, and I'm gonna get to that story in just a couple minutes. Um, so the thing is, speaking of bringing money in, okay. So David Zaslav, who is a businessman at heart. Let's put that in perspective. What he's looking to do, okay, is he's looking to license some of these shows that are on Max out to Netflix. And we don't know what they are yet. And it depends on what they're going to be and how many seasons and whatever else. But so here's the piece from the Wrap, and it says this. In a move that would be unthinkable just months ago, Warner Brothers Discovery is exploring a deal with Netflix to license at least some HBO content in North America. The Wrap has learned. It's a move that would essentially hand content from WB's own Max streaming app to its biggest competitor. If the deal is completed, it would be the first time HBO content has been licensed to a rival within the United States in a decade. HBO shows were previously licensed to Amazon to stream on Prime Video, but that deal was made before Prime Video became a serious competitor in the original space. Among the titles under discussion, okay, are Insecure, the critically acclaimed dramatic comedy by Isa Rae that ran for 5 seasons, ending in 2021. The deal, which could fall apart, which would not give Netflix an exclusive a license, meaning that the show licensed to Netflix would still be streaming on Max, which is a problem, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. The talks came as WBD David Zaslav has promised Wall Street that its streaming business would become more profitable by the end of 2023 and generate $1 billion in profit by 2025. WBD has been undergoing a major restructuring, which is expected to be completed by the end of 2024. The company previously estimated that it would incur up to $5.3 billion in total restructuring charges before taxes, including a $3.5 billion in content impairment and development write offs. On May 23rd, Warner rolled out its new Max rebrand, which combines the libraries of HBO Max and Discovery Plus. the service is offering three pricing tiers: Max ad light for $9.99 a month or $100 a year, Max ad free, okay, which is similar to the old HBO Max subscription for $15.99 a month or $149.99 a year, and Max Ultimate free, which is $19.99 a month or $200 a year. Additionally, the company inked ad free ads supporting stream fast deal with Roku and Tubi in January, in which the services agreed to license 2,000 hours of content and launch a service of channels to carry its movies and television shows. Warner Brothers Discovery plans to launch its own FAST service this year, though timing has not been announced yet. Okay, let's talk about this because this is extremely important. Number one, okay, the fact is that this is, he's burning through money. Plain and simple, he's burning through money. And what it ends up happening is that even if it's just, and there's going to be obviously more, but what he's doing is he's double dipping. Okay. They're double dipping. So let's say that you have your favorite show that's on Max right now, and it goes over to Netflix. So let's say it runs 10 seasons. Okay. What will end up happening is this: they will probably license out the last 7 seasons. So the first 7 seasons of that show that you want to watch are going to be on Max or on Netflix rather. And then the last 3 seasons, because that's the most popular, that's going to be on Max. So if you want to binge the whole thing, let's say, okay, you have to have 2 subscriptions. You have to have Netflix and you have to have Warner Brothers, or you have to have Max. That's a problem because there are so many streaming services right now. Everybody has a budget, right? They only have a certain allotment for entertainment. Okay, so there's Netflix, there's Hulu, there's Max, there's Apple TV, there is Paramount Plus, there is Amazon Prime. There are so many different things, and I think I'm missing one other one, but there are so many things that you can't pay for them all. Okay, and what ends up happening is at that point is, do I want to go get a list or an A list AMC list card for $25 a month, or do I pay for streaming services? Now, I think it's, I understand why they're doing it because it's business and everything else, but it's wrong. And them taking original, and that's the thing too, it's original content. So that would be like them taking The Wire and putting, the first 4 seasons of The Wire on there, or Game of Thrones, or I don't know, The Sopranos, and putting it on there. That's double dipping. But they have to do this because they're bleeding money. And the fact that, he promised Wall Street, don't forget, guys, this guy is a businessman at heart. He doesn't know anything about movies. This is the same guy that turned around and said that The Flash was one of the greatest superhero movies of all time. Okay? He has no sense except in business. And even then, he can't run a profitable business. Okay? So I think there's something to be said here. And, it's really, it depends on what the shows are. And it also, look, I'm not saying it's right. Okay? I'm not saying it, but this is going to be the first time in over a decade this is going to happen. But it's really, you got to wonder what other, I mean, mind you, I was just talking about this is the same guy that is trying to axe TCM. He's burning through money. Okay, even a piece talks about him promising Wall Street investors by the end of 2024, or the Wall Street, the talks includes Zaslav and streaming will be profitable by 2023 and generate billion profit by 2025. There's no way that's going to happen unless they start getting rid of some of this stuff. So, major, major setback there. Anyways, guys, what do you think about this whole thing about Zaslav putting this stuff on other streaming services? Would you pay for another streaming service if your favorite show went over there? If not, would you get rid of Max just to spite them? Or would you keep both of them to actually watch your favorite show? Leave me your thoughts down in the comments and I'm going to get back to everybody.